Okay, so I'd like to welcome you guys all to our virtual college fair. Today we're gonna, in this session, be going over some of the majors at UAA. My name is Claire. I work in the admissions office at UAA, and I'm gonna be the facilitator for this session. Before I hand it over to our college representatives, I just have a couple of housekeeping announcements for you all. During this session, if you have any questions, you can use the Q&A feature to type your question, and the presenters are going to answer it at the end after all of them present. Your camera and microphone are off, so you're not going to be able to interact with us except for over that Q&A session. So again, if you have any questions, please utilize the feature. This is just one of the many different sessions that are happening today and tomorrow, so be sure to check out the full schedule at strivescan.com/Alaska. And this presentation is being recorded. So any of the information here you can view in about a week on the same website, as well as any of the other sessions that you weren't able to make it to. You'll be able to view those as well. Okay, so I'd like to now turn it over to our presenters. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and let them take over.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Andrea Jones. I am one of the academic advisors for the UAA College of Business and Public Policy, one of 4 colleges that will be talking about our programs tonight. Hold on, I have to figure out how to advance. There we go. Okay. So the College of Business at UAA consists of several different majors within the business field. We offer 2-year associate's degrees, 4-year bachelor's degrees, and some graduate degrees. You can see the list there. So we offer accounting and finance, economics, logistics, management. Our management program also has a concentration in property management and real estate, marketing, general business, and business computer information systems, which is an IT business kind of related major. So you kind of see that we do cover a pretty broad array of different fields within the business subject areas. A couple of things about our college. So the College of Business and Public Policy is accredited by the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business. So UAA as a whole is regionally accredited, and the College of Business has an extra accreditation on top of that. So this accreditation just ensures that we have rigorous curriculum. Our professors have certain standards and certain certifications in order to teach our courses, and we are evaluated on a cycle so that we keep up that rigor. So some of the same schools, you know, big Ivy League schools have that same accreditation. So you will get a quality education at UAA. One thing I do have as like a recommendation for students who aren't sure about their major and they think business might be something they're interested in is we do have a course called BA 151, it's Business Foundations. It's essentially an intro to business class. So you're gonna get a feel of all the different areas within business, what they are, how they fit together, and get a good foundation of what kind of getting a business education would look like. It is also a social science GER. So at UAA and any university when you're getting a bachelor's degree, you do have to take some general education. So that's things like writing, math, oral communication. And then one of those areas is called a social science. And that course is a social science. So even if you decide against a business degree in the end after taking the class, it can still count in most situations as a GER for you. And as far as majors go, if you think you're interested in business, but you're not real sure which area, we have a common core for all of our bachelor's degrees. So the first 2 years or so are the same across all our majors. So whether you're in accounting, a finance, econ, whatever major you choose within business or think you're gonna choose, you don't have to know right away. You have some time to think about it. So common core, and you can kind of figure that out as you go. You can also do some double majors. Some like accounting and finance is common, management and marketing are common double majors. We also have several different minors. So a minor is maybe something, it's usually about 6 to 8 classes that you can take along with your major. So even if you decide you don't want to do a business major, you want to do something else, you can also do a business minor if you still have an interest in that. Another great thing to consider is getting involved on campus. And I would say this is definitely true of any major, any student, regardless of what you decide to do. Specifically within College of Business and Public Policy, with several different clubs. All of our major areas have student clubs that are very active. In fact, a couple weeks ago, our accounting club just had an online trivia night, which was really well attended and a lot of fun. So even with the online virtual environment we're in right now, we still have a very active clubs and student organizations. And then another thing that's super cool is the Tom Case Leadership Fellows Program. So as a business major at UAA, you have the opportunity to participate in this mentorship program. So it's usually when you're a junior or senior, when you've kind of figured out what area in business you're interested in, we match you with a mentor who already works in that field in the Anchorage community. So you get some one-on-one mentorship with a professional in the field you're looking to get into. So that's a really cool opportunity as well. And like I said, general advice, no matter what, get involved in campus activities. And then my last slide, another thing that probably everyone would tell you is obviously go meet with your academic advisor. This is the contact information for the College of Business and Public Policy Advising Office. If you have any questions, feel free to email us, sac@alaska.edu. Check out our website. And you can also ask a few questions at the end. At the end of the presenters, we're going to do that Q&A. I'll hand it off to Lisa.
Thanks, Andrea. Okay, so thank you guys for coming tonight and learning about some of the programs that we have to offer. I'm with the Community and Technical College. We offer occupational endorsement certificates. Associate of Applied Science degrees and bachelor degrees as well. We have basically 4 academic units. One is building technologies, and within building technologies, we have construction management, occupational safety and health, computer systems and networking technology, and architectural and engineering technology. In our construction management, both programs, we have students who get jobs in construction industry, where they're responsible for managing people, material, projects, and ensuring that design criteria and safety standards are met. Occupational safety and health are primarily employed to find ways to protect people, property, and environment. The Computer Systems and Networking Technology program provides training in network and systems administration and computer electronics. And professionals with training are also needed in many industries due to the growing need for electronic global connections, especially in today's environment. We also have an architectural and engineering technology program that provides training in creative design thinking, 3D modeling, graphic presentations. This type of training could be used in architecture, engineering and construction drafting and design support, graphic design, marketing, and advertising. Another one of our areas is culinary. Our culinary program provides an Associate of Applied Science and 2 occupational endorsement certificates. The associate program is cutting edge program accredited by the American Culinary Federation that introduces students to seasoned professionals, the hottest trends, and constantly evolving curriculum to stay very relevant in the fast changing industry. Students in this program learn how to write recipes, shop for ingredients, stay within an acceptable food cost percentage, and sell final products. This program is an excellent option for students wishing to start their own business. Students in the associate program also have an opportunity to study abroad in Florence, Italy, if they would choose to do so. The Bakery and Pastry Arts Occupational Endorsement Certificate is designed to be completed in about 2 semesters and provides training that is needed for entry-level baking positions. The Culinary Arts Occupational Endorsement Certificate is also a 2-semester program, and it is designed for entry-level culinary positions. Both of these programs, all 3 of these programs, provide students with hands-on experience in a state-of-the-art kitchen using cutting-edge equipment found in industry. 1 semester in the kitchen and 1 semester in the bakery provides students with a well-rounded skill set ready for industry. Before starting any of the hands-on labs, though, it is very important to know that students do become ServSafe certified to ensure that all standard sanitation practices are followed. Career opportunities are in bakeries, hotels, camps, catering, and tourism. Another one of the areas that we offer programs in is aviation technology. We have air traffic control, aviation maintenance, aviation technology, which is known as management, and professional piloting. Air traffic control is pretty self-explanatory, and there are jobs. It is a competitive industry, but it is stable, and jobs are in high demand. Aviation maintenance has 2 focuses, airframe and power plant. This equips students, graduates, once they've acquired these skills, to work in private or corporate aviation industries and aerospace manufacturers. The aviation technology management program prepares graduates for administration and management positions within the aviation industry, for instance, running an airport or an airline, or even working with regulatory bodies. The professional piloting program offers a full service professional piloting training that includes instrument, private, commercial, and multi-engine certifications. In our transportation and power division, we also have 4 programs: welding, non-destructive testing, automotive, and diesel power. Welding and non-destructive testing jobs could be in steel fabrication, construction, shipyards, petroleum, refineries, and oil and gas industries. Our automotive program provides the training that's needed for entry-level and service technician positions. And our diesel power program provides training that's needed for jobs in transportation and trucking, construction and heavy equipment, maritime, and power generation systems. We even have an associate of applied science degree in apprenticeship technologies. If you're pursuing or have completed a Department of Labor registered apprenticeship program, that training can be converted into university credits. Our Applied Technologies Leadership Program also allows credits gained through apprenticeships, technical college courses, and military training to be applied toward a Bachelor of Science degree. Talking about the programs is informative, but now I'd like to show you a video so you can get a sense of the energy and excitement that's found in our classes. Sorry, not sure what happened there. Thank you, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.
All right, hello, my name is Vicky Nekodomo. I am the outreach coordinator for the College of Engineering. Let me start my timer quick so I don't go over the next college's time frame. Here we go. All right, well, I wanted to talk to you all a bit about the degree options that we offer at the College of Engineering. I wanted to start off with addressing like why choose engineering. And so engineering, no matter what discipline we're looking at, the core root of an engineer is to address current problems and find solutions, innovative, cool solutions to those problems or to improve quality of life. We have civil, electrical, computer science, geomatics, and mechanical engineering degrees within those departments, as well as a master's program in project management. So I know I've talked to a lot of students when they're considering engineering programs, and a lot of times, you'll know you're good at math and science, you have interest there, but may not have necessarily taken a deeper look at what different disciplines of engineering offer. So I thought I would highlight some of those. In our civil engineering department, civil engineering offers is more of the discipline that looks at anything dealing with civilization. So you're looking at roads, bridges, building structures, even things like environmental impacts and like water and such, those types of things. In fact, in the picture you see in the bottom there, we have a professor and his students working on a clean water challenge with a gray water reuse system for a cabin here in Alaska to address the lack of access to running water. And you have like steel bridges being structured there, and then also data collected on, I believe that was a permafrost study there. So you can see how broad the civil engineering department is. We offer bachelor's and master's. In computer systems or computer science and systems engineering, we actually have degrees that focus more on the software side of things with like the coding and programming, and also on the hardware side of things where it's more the computer systems engineering. So you can get a bachelor's of science or arts in computer science and bachelor's of science offered in computer systems engineering. You can see some of our students and faculty programming actually a cool 360 virtual reality simulation of I think it was Kenai Peninsula in the year 2050. Kind of an interesting project there. In electrical engineering, we offer a Bachelor of Science, and that could cover anything from the electrical systems of something as small as a device like a phone that's in your pocket to a citywide power system to alternative energy. So again, pretty broad field there. Geomatics is one of our lesser heard of fields, and that is really, if you think about like people who love math and outdoors, this might be a good fit for you. It's collecting data and analyzing that data from the earth. But it's not just like the surveyors you see on the corners wearing the reflective vests. It's also using things like drones and 360 scans and some really cool technology. In fact, we even have a professor who does research using analytics drawn from Twitter users. So it's a lot broader than one might expect. Mechanical engineering, the likelihood of anything that was developed with a moving part likely had a mechanical engineer on the team. Again, it's a very broad field. We offer Bachelor of Science as well as a Master's in mechanical engineering. Students who want to specialize, it's a really good springboard for them specializing even further within a certain disciplines in mechanical engineering. I realize that some of you might still be unsure if any of those areas are for you, so I wanted to point you towards a resource that we have created for prospective students. It is on the College of Engineering website, which I'll give you the link to as well at the end. This is an interactive quiz you can take to find out which type of engineer you are or could be, and also links to information pages that gives way more information about each discipline, so you can learn about what that career would look like and what your college life would look like and as you pursue that degree. I also wanted to highlight that oftentimes at other universities, you have to be a graduate student before you get many opportunities to be involved with research. But here at UAA, we have a lot of students, undergrad students involved with research. So I just wanted to highlight these 4 stories. You have a computer science major off to the side, on the left side, that's Chris, doing field research where he was sweeping for ticks and then helped develop a simulation to show where all those ticks are within Alaska. And in the center there on the bottom, you see Tomas, who is working on research with corrosion research with the mechanical engineering professor. The top there with the SIP panel, it's a foam insulated panel that our student David was working with faculty to conduct research on how they break. So basically putting all the different kinds of stresses on it and watching how they break, which is pretty cool. And then lastly, the drone research over there, that is Todd, who is working with our geomatics department. He's an undergrad student who is, in this case, had an infrared camera on the drone to, I believe, study permafrost in that case. I also wanted to do a really quick highlight on some of our clubs. As was mentioned earlier, no matter what you end up pursuing, I highly encourage getting involved with student clubs and organizations. We have about 22 active engineering related clubs right now, including ones like Society of Women's Engineers that provides great networking opportunities and mentoring opportunities. We have Engineers Without Borders, which is an opportunity to start putting your learned skills to the test by actually designing, developing, and implementing a solution to a real world challenge in a disadvantaged community. There's UAA Robotics, where you get to start working cross-discipline. So you work with teams of other students within your team. You've got electrical, you've got computer science, mechanical. You're all collaborating to design a rover that will then compete in a desertous region to simulate a Mars experience. So again, kind of as close to real world or out of this world as possible. American Society of Civil Engineers, ASCE, a lot of professional networking there, as well as some design competitions. So our students have designed and built steel bridges year after year. On occasion, they also compete in the Concrete Canoe Challenge and go to regional and national level competitions and have taken home some pretty prestigious awards through that competition. Then there's Society of Automotive Engineers. The Baja team design and build a Baja rover, dune buggy, and go and compete against other colleges with that. So I just wanted to highlight some of those to show you that there's many opportunities while pursuing those degrees as mentioned earlier, and then implementing some of your newfound knowledge and interest into a design challenge like that. We also found that through the networking that our students get to do right here in the engineering hub of the state, between the clubs and societies, 74% of our students secure jobs before graduating. So really great opportunity for networking. I did want to point you in the direction of some final resources for you as you're kind of considering whether engineering is right for you, whether UAA is right for you, and what you want to be pursuing. Please do check out our College of Engineering website. We have a tab that's devoted just for you guys to prospective students, and it's got all sorts of information on there. I hope you can find some helpful information there. And then I will close with a quick video, but I'm going to quickly change so you can hear my audio.
Something that I love about UAA's College of Engineering is the incredible advice and guidance that I get from the faculty who want to see me succeed and help me find ways that I can pursue the things that I'm passionate about and keep learning.
I really enjoy being an engineering student here at UAA because I think the advisors do a really good job of adapting schedules to fit individual needs. And I think the courses have a lot of labs and hands-on experience that are applicable in everyday life so that we can see what it's actually like to have a career in this field.
I just love the environment at UAA because it's super relaxed and you get to know your professors real well. It's just such a great experience.
I I chose UAA because it was the most affordable and it had a really great atmosphere. My teachers are interactive, fun. I have a lot of friends among my peers who are extremely helpful. There's coffee shops everywhere. It's a very beautiful place to come and learn.
I love the professors and how their flexibility allows me to pursue my goals both inside the classroom and outside of it.
UAA's Project Management Department has the top professors in the country and is internationally recognized. Both my husband and I are both graduates of the same program. So here's to you, incoming UAA students. Cheers.
I loved UAA College of Engineering because of all the amazing student clubs like the Society of Women Engineers and the American Society of Civil Engineers, and all of the amazing professors that helped encourage me along my entire degree. I gained lifelong friends and a career to be proud of.
Okay, and that concludes the College of Engineering's portion of the presentation. I'll hand it off to College of Health.
Thank you. I'm going to share my screen. Let's start. Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. My name is Linda Hernandez. I'm the director of the Student Success Center for the College of Health. And I'm here today to do an overview of our college and the opportunities that are available, which are pretty extensive. A lot of students kind of connect more with the clinical health sciences side of the College of Health, but we have pretty diverse program options, and I'm happy to share them with you today. So to do a quick college overview, we really provide, our college is really involved in a lot of things statewide. So we provide leadership in health research, education, and service. So as an example, we do a lot of circumpolar health research, public health research. Our justice program does a lot of research that is promoted in the community. We have diverse healthcare programs in 40, over 40 actually, about 42 different academic programs ranging from certificates to doctoral degrees. And we also provide a lot of service to our community. And so one of the kind of prime examples that we're doing right now is our College of Health is involved in the contact tracing project that's involved with the state of Alaska. So we're recruiting actually students and faculty and staff and community members from across the state to be involved in that project. We have nearly 3,500 students enrolled from across the state of Alaska. We actually are a statewide college, and so we have students that are located in communities across the state that are actually physically in those communities and taking classes through UAA. And one of the important things that we have is that we really want to make sure that students, regardless of whether you're in Anchorage or you're in another community, that there are opportunities to at least partially or fully stay in your home community, but still complete your education through UAA's College of Health. I'm going to go through some of our academic programs. And so we have a pretty extensive list of academic opportunities for students. So I'm going to focus first on the undergraduate options, and then I'm going to segue into some of our graduate level options that students have available. On the certificate level, we have certificates like children's behavioral health, conflict resolution. We have a dental assisting certificate, medical office coding, pharmacy technology, and phlebotomy. We also, on this kind of spectrum, also have CNA and EMT preparation. So they're not really certificates, but they are courses that students can take in conjunction with their other majors. So we see a lot of nursing students, of course, that do a CNA program, or we'll also see pre-PA, so physician assistant students that are interested in getting CNA or EMT training. We also have extensive associate degrees. This is probably one of the bigger areas that we have. Dental assisting, diagnostic medical sonography, which is otherwise known as ultrasound, fire and emergency services, human services, medical assisting, the medical laboratory technology program, nursing, paralegal studies, physical therapist assistant, radiologic technology, and surgical technology. And then for our bachelor's degrees, we have dental hygiene, a dietetics program, health sciences, which actually has two different tracks within it. We have a pre-health professions track, and we have a health educator track, human services, justice and legal studies, kinesiology, and this is actually new as of fall of 2020. It used to be called the physical education bachelor's degree, and now it's called the kinesiology degree. We have a medical laboratory science program, a nursing program for a bachelor's level program, and then social work. So we have quite a few extensive undergraduate options, and that doesn't even include the minors. So even if you're pursuing a degree program in another area, so anywhere in engineering or business or in our College of Arts and Sciences or community and technical college, you can actually still pair that with either certificates or minors in another program like ours in the college. We also have extensive post-baccalaureate and graduate degree programs options. So this is really an opportunity for students to further their education in specific program areas. So we do have a post-baccalaureate certificate in speech language pathology and paralegal studies. And then we have discipline areas for graduate certificates in 2 different areas, both dietetics and nursing. And so you can see a list of family nurse practitioner, nursing education, psychiatric and mental health nurse practitioner, but they're all in that nursing discipline, and you're able to kind of specialize in particular areas. Our master's degrees are in a few different areas. We have a clinical health science services master's degree that's a focus for PA. We have a dietetics and nutrition master's degree. We have a nursing science master's degree, a public health practice master's degree, so it's a MPH program, and then a master's in social work. And then the other kind of extension of this is some of our access to doctoral programs. So our in-house doctoral program is the nursing science degree, but we also do partnerships with other universities. And the partnership programs allow us to really extend options to students to stay in the state of Alaska and not have to leave for their doctorate level education. Most students are probably quite aware of our medical program with the University of Washington. It's otherwise known as WWAMI. And so that's been actually decades-long partnership with the University of Washington. We have a PharmD program with Idaho State University that allows students to stay 4 years here in Alaska, in Anchorage, for their pharmacy education. We have a partnership program with Creighton University for an occupational therapy program. And then we have a partnership with East Carolina University for speech language pathology. And although this list kind of continues to grow, it's not every year that we get a new program, but we are continuing to further opportunities for students to stay in the state of Alaska and pursue their education. And then just kind of as a pitch for our College of Health Student Success Center, like many of our other colleagues, we really work on guiding students into health and social service careers. And we really do that by helping students find their path. And so help them build a path in navigating the university system and building connections with the university and their college community, which we believe is very important. Developing their identity as a student and a professional, which is particularly important for us in the College of Health, because we want you to be really well-qualified professionals in the community. And we have very desirable programs. So a lot of our programs really involved students developing a very strong academic plan, because a lot of our programs are competitive, but it's basically to maintain the quality of education for our students. So we're really excited about the opportunities that we have within the College of Health. I think that's it for me, but we're happy to take questions if you have them about different programs. If you have them, you can chat them and we can address those questions. If not, we can usually fill time, because a lot of us are very excited about our degree programs that we offer and can answer questions. Okay, so the first question that came in is, what requirements are there for joining the pharmacy program? And if a degree is required, what degree would be best to go with that? That's a great question. So pharmacy actually occupational therapy also falls into this category, are one of few doctoral programs that don't require a bachelor's degree to apply. You really just need to complete very specific prerequisite requirements and then submit an application to the pharmacy school or the occupational therapy program. So essentially for Idaho State University, you need 72 undergraduate credits and then a list of very specific courses that are required. That's going to include courses like anatomy and physiology, chemistry, organic chemistry, biochemistry, calculus. So a lot of science-based curriculum. But actually I provide academic advising for pharmacy students, or pre-pharmacy students. So if you are interested in that, students usually do typically have to declare a major, My typical recommendation is that students either declare maybe a natural sciences major, which is within our College of Arts and Sciences, or the health sciences major. But ultimately, most of our students are completing an associate's degree in general programs and then applying to pharmacy school. So are there other questions from our participants about how to get started at UAA, or other questions about specific program areas? Okay, so I don't see any other questions. For our panel, does anyone have any suggestions just on how to get started if students are interested in coming to UAA, but not maybe quite sure which major they want to choose?
I'd just like to say that a lot of our programs, well, most of our programs are very hands-on. A lot of times our students are the ones that don't really want to go to college necessarily. So sometimes I look at our programs as job training. Many of our students do get job offers before they complete their programs. And we have a lot of connections with industry. So if you like working with your hands, a lot of outside type work, maybe like to get dirty a little bit, give us a call. We'd love to talk with you.
I don't know if this, it's hard to read who our audience is right now in this format, and I look forward to the opportunity to interact with students firsthand again someday. But my words of advice when you're trying to consider what options are the best fit for you is, for those of you who are still in high school, get involved with as many different extracurriculars and other programs, and test out and try out different types of classes. If you find out, if you take a class and it turns out you hate it, guess what? That was a service as well to yourself, to find out that, hey, you know what, this isn't necessarily the right fit for me. And I think it's better to explore all those options earlier on and start figuring out what you are passionate about and what's the right fit for you, so that when you are making some of these decisions, then you have some of those ideas under your belt figured out.
I agree with Vicki on that, and explore some of those classes. Most of the areas have some kind of intro class that you can probably take without any prereqs and get a feel for it. The other thing too is, don't be afraid to ask around. Ask family members or friends that you know that work in areas you're interested in. Ask, go to a first year advisor, go to any advisor on campus. Really, even if you're not a student yet, we will not turn you away. We will help you, talk to you, figure it out. And then reach out to faculty. Or if you're, especially if you're already like a freshman and he's just starting, don't be afraid to knock on a professor's door when we're back on campus, or email them, or just ask questions. Like, everyone on our campus, all staff, faculty are here to help you. But we don't know that you need the help, or don't know that you have questions. So we're here. We're just waiting for you guys to ask us. So don't feel shy about asking questions.
And one of the things I think is really important to consider is, when we talk about fit, is not only your major, but your institution. And I think that's critically important for students to really, and I'm glad that students are having the opportunity to really explore their options, whether it's to stay in state or go out of state. I am a UAA alumni, and one of the great things that I really appreciate from attending UAA and graduating from UAA is that I feel like I got a really good education, and it was very affordable for me. I was very fortunate to graduate debt-free, which really meant that I could invest more in graduate school. So I did go into debt for graduate school, but also be able to really focus on what I wanted to do, and focus on my professional career and not feel so burdened by debt. And I think that's something to really think about as you're exploring your options for your education. UAA still continues to be a very affordable choice. You know, tuition rates are rising, you know, nationwide, so it's just more inflation than anything else, but we still consider, you know, continue to be a really good option for students if they want to stay in the state of Alaska. We got another question, which actually I think is good for all of us. Is there specific minimum GPAs for different colleges? I know business does. So Andrew, do you want to tackle this?
We don't have an admissions GPA requirement. But to get into, we have something called upper division classes they start with 3 or 400 level. And when you get into college, that'll make more sense. You kind of go up the numbers as you go through programs. So anything that's in the upper division, so when you're getting into those major specific class, those harder class, more in-depth classes, we do require a 2.25 GPA or higher, and you have to complete that core I was talking about, the common core. You have to complete that or be finishing it up in order to start taking those upper division classes. So we do have a GPA to move into your upper divisions, but we don't have an admissions GPA requirement.
In the College of Health, we have a lot of our programs like the clinical, especially in the clinical health sciences, so the nursing and allied health programs have competitive programs. So a lot of those GPA cutoffs are around 3.0. So some of them are a little bit lower, and some of them you might need a little bit higher GPA to be truly competitive. But as far as an entrance level requirement, what you would need as a first-time freshman, there aren't any specific, well, 2.0 is the minimum GPA for UAA entry into the program, I believe, right? I think I'm accurate in that.
It is, but if it's lower, they'll put you in the Associates of Arts program. So it doesn't mean you can't take classes, you just won't be in your major yet.
Yeah, so.
That is one of the great things about UAA is that there's a place to start for everyone out there, no matter where you're at. You know, there's a place for you at UAA.
Something that I wanted to mention after what Linda said about UAA, if you're looking for an affordable option, if you are one that wants the affordable option and wants to stay in state but still wants to get an experience out of state, we do have the National Student Exchange Program that I'd highly recommend you look into. That program allows you to go out to one of our, there's a huge list of, and just about every state is represented, at least one school, where you can go and you pay either UAA tuition or in-state tuition at the university, and you can go there for a semester or up to a year. And so that's a program, students usually do that junior year-ish, but that's a thing to think of too if you are considering, you kind of want to go out of state, but you need that affordable option.
Okay, we are at time, everyone. So I just want to thank you all for coming and joining us for this session, and thank you to all of our presenters. Again, when I close this window, it's going to log everyone out, but there is going to be a very quick 4-question survey, so we'd really appreciate your feedback if you can complete that survey. And this was just one of the many sessions being hosted. So please be sure to sign up for additional sessions at the link on the screen in front of you, strivescan.com/Alaska. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as other sessions recordings. So I know we kind of threw a lot of information at you tonight. That's okay. If you forgot some of it, the recording of this session is going to be available. So you can go back and rewatch certain parts of it. You can also go and watch other sessions if you weren't able to attend them. Again, thank you all for coming tonight. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. I'm going to go ahead and end our session.